We are just about an hour away from a Spokane Valley vote to declare once again the city is not a sanctuary city. We'll bring you the latest tonight.
The cool, cloudy, and scattered shower conditions continue through the next couple of days, but by this weekend, we're talking warm weather and plenty of sunshine.
And the Trump administration announces major layoffs for federal employees here in Spokane. We're talking with the people losing their jobs.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
It's good to have you here tonight. I'm Whitney Ward. We begin now with the latest on the state of Washington's budget woes. Both the House and the Senate have now passed their proposals. However, the work is far from over.
And that is because Governor Bob Ferguson has to approve of them first. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley just listened to a news conference where Ferguson addressed the proposals. She is live tonight with what he's saying. Amanda?
Yeah, Mark and Whitney, the House and Senate both passed their versions of the state budget, but Governor Bob Ferguson says he won't sign either of those versions for two reasons. He says they each propose too much taxes and they both rely on a wealth tax. Now, he says the legislature, if they wish to complete its work on time, it needs to immediately move the budget discussions in a significantly different direction on both of these issues. Governor Ferguson believes the wealth tax is untested, difficult to implement, and he expects it will face an immediate challenge in court.
The legal arguments for a wealth tax are untested. The courts could go either way on that issue. It would be irresponsible to rely on an untested new tax to balance our budget, particularly given the situation we face with the federal government.
Now, I spoke with Eastern Washington state legislators to hear their reactions to the governor's two main concerns with the budget proposals. Here's what they had to say.
The wealth that's being created in Washington state doesn't just come from wealthy folks. It comes from folks showing up to work every single day. And I think if our governor takes a closer look at the decisions that are being made both on the House and the Senate side, he can find a better appreciation for why we are looking at taxing wealth more fairly in our state.
I watch the people go to Idaho to fill up with gas, and it's hurting my small businesses because what happens, they go, oh, we can buy gas. Oh, look at how much we save. We can afford to eat out. Oh, since we're here, we might as well get our incidentals.
Now, the governor is also anticipating more federal budget cuts that will have significant impacts on Washington state. He believes the best thing the state can do in preparation is maintain the state's reserves, particularly the rainy day fund. Now, the last day for this legislative session is April 27th, which means the clock is ticking for Washington lawmakers to agree and approve on the state's budget. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. The fight over sanctuary cities in Washington is heating up. Spokane Valley is set to vote on a resolution reaffirming that it is not a sanctuary city.
So that meeting is set to happen here in just about an hour. Our Connor McAvoy is joining us live in the newsroom now with a preview before he heads over to cover that meeting tonight.
This resolution comes after Spokane Valley passed an ordinance declaring they were not a sanctuary city back in 2016. Now, since then, a Washington state law went into effect against what that resolution means. City leaders say they will comply with state laws, but emphasize it doesn't mean they have to like it. Now, by passing the resolution years ago, the city directed law enforcement to assist different agencies such as ICE to enforce immigration laws. In 2019, a state law went into effect known as the Keep Washington Working Act, which prevents that collaboration. Spokane Valley's mayor says when the city of Spokane recently supported the Keep Washington Working Act, the valley decided it was time to amend its own resolution, pointing out that they have updated language to be in compliance with state law, but not be declared a sanctuary city. KREM 2 spoke with Mayor Pam Haley, who says the decision reflects the political stance many neighbors who live in the valley agree with.
Our citizens are definitely more conservative than the average city of Spokane citizen. And a lot of times we get kind of lumped in together. So when you hear that Spokane does something, it's just assumed that Spokane Valley comes right along with them, right? And so we do spend a lot of time making sure our citizens understand that that's not true.
A part of the new resolution updates language to be in compliance with state law, but won't be declared a sanctuary city. City Council will be taking public comment on this resolution before voting on it tonight. We'll bring you complete coverage of what happens tonight on KREM 2 News at 10 and 11. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, Connor, thank you very much. And Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner is calling on Washington State to make changes to its sanctuary laws. Baumgartner, along with other members of the House Judiciary Committee, said to Washington Attorney General Nick Brown.
A letter states that Washington's law hinders federal immigration enforcement. That law it's referring to, again, is the Keep Washington's Working Act. It places limits on resources that local law enforcement can provide to federal immigration enforcement.
Now, in the letter, Baumgartner writes, by obstructing cooperation with federal immigration authorities, the state is actively shielding dangerous individuals and undermining public safety. He said it's time for Washington to rethink these dangerous policies and put its communities first.
If you'd like to read that entire letter, we have it posted on our website. Just head to KREM.com.
All right, turning to weather now. Will it be more rain on the way, or will there be more sunshine?
All right, for the answer, we sent Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo outside, hopefully in the elements right now, to get a first-hand look at the weather and tell us what's in store for the rest of the week. Jeremy?
Mark, it's actually kind of pleasant out here, and the answer to your questions, yes. We have more scattered showers and more sunshine in the forecast. The latter you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for, but 45 degrees is where we currently sit. I put a coat on just in case I caught one of those scattered showers or one of those breezes. But as we move through the remainder of the evening, it looks like our activity is starting to wind down. We saw quite a bit pop up this afternoon, and that was as we tapped into some of that daytime heating. A few showers still popping up here. A lot of activity just sits a little bit farther out to our west. That's our next little wave. I think we lose a lot of that wave's energy as the sun goes down here at about 7:20 tonight. As that moves through, though, I think what we wind up seeing, a couple of stray showers early tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, another round of scattered showers. And then as we move from tomorrow into Thursday, I think it's a pretty promising round of showers that arrives late Thursday afternoon. But that's the end of it. That's that last wave as we move through the next couple of days. Things start changing and changing big time later this week. 52 degrees with scattered showers tomorrow, 53 on Thursday. But by Friday, we are up near 60 degrees under sunny skies, and this weekend is even warmer and even sunnier. We'll talk that coming up in your full forecast.
Can't wait for that, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Now we are one day away from new tariffs going into place.
We'll hear from the president about what he hopes they'll accomplish and why the American people remain worried about the fallout.
And job loss in Spokane. The Trump administration announcing major layoffs for federal employees. That's our next story when we come back.